For years, one question has quietly followed the modern British monarchy. How will Prince William reshape the institution he is destined to inherit? The answer may not arrive through dramatic public confrontations or headline-grabbing declarations. Instead, it may emerge through smaller, carefully calculated decisions, including one recent change inside the Duchy of Cornwall that reignited debate about William's relationship with Queen Camilla and her inner circle. Welcome back to Royal Scope, where we examine the stories behind the headlines and separate royal fact from speculation. When King Charles III acceded to the throne in September 2022, Prince William automatically became Duke of Cornwall, taking control of the Duchy of Cornwall estate, a vast portfolio of land, businesses, and properties that provides private income for the heir to the throne. Among the many responsibilities William inherited was oversight of existing professional arrangements within the duchy, including the work of Queen Camilla's younger sister, interior designer Annabel Elliot. Annabel Elliot had worked with the duchy since 2005, shortly after Charles married Camilla. According to official duchy accounts, she received payments for design services and furnishings connected to holiday cottages and other properties. Then, in July 2024, the duchy published its latest annual report. Royal watchers noticed that Annabel Elliot's long-standing role had quietly come to an end. No public announcement was made, and the report recorded no new payments to her during the financial year. The decision immediately fueled speculation about whether Prince William was drawing a line under arrangements associated with his father's era. Importantly, there is no public evidence that William personally dismissed Annabel Elliot because of family tensions, nor has Kensington Palace suggested any personal motive. Reports at the time indicated that the decision reflected William's broader approach to modernizing the duchy and streamlining existing operations. Even so, the symbolism was impossible to ignore. Annabel Elliot is more than a respected designer. She is also one of Queen Camilla's closest confidants and has publicly supported her sister throughout decades of scrutiny. In the BBC documentary Charles III, The Coronation Year, Annabel described Camilla as King Charles's rock and praised her unwavering loyalty, remarks that reflected the close bond between the sisters. For many royal observers, that closeness inevitably brings the conversation back to one of the monarchy's most painful chapters, the breakdown of the marriage between King Charles and Diana, Princess of Wales. Few events have shaped Prince William more profoundly than the turmoil surrounding his parents' relationship. William was only 15 when Diana died in Paris in August 1997, and he has spoken openly about the lasting impact of grief and the importance of protecting mental health. But it is essential to separate documented history from retrospective speculation. There is extensive public evidence that Charles and Camilla maintained a relationship during Charles's marriage to Diana. The release of the so-called Tampon Gate recordings in the early 1990s intensified public scrutiny and deepened the crisis surrounding the royal marriage. However, many of the more sensational claims that continue to circulate online, including detailed accounts of private conversations, alleged family confrontations, or assertions that William is pursuing a personal campaign against Camilla's allies, remain unverified. What is verifiable is that William appears determined to build a different kind of monarchy. In recent years, he has repeatedly emphasized the need for a smaller, more focused royal institution that delivers measurable public value. His priorities have centered on homelessness initiatives, environmental projects, and mental health advocacy. That vision inevitably raises difficult questions about who benefits from royal connections and which long-standing arrangements will survive the transition to the next reign. If you're enjoying this analysis, subscribe to Royal Scope, leave a like, and tell us in the comments. Do you think Prince William's approach represents necessary modernization, or does it risk reopening old family wounds? For now, William and Queen Camilla continue to fulfill official duties side by side, presenting a united front in public. Yet royal history teaches us that institutions evolve not only through grand ceremonies, but through subtle decisions behind closed doors. The quiet end of Annabel Elliot's role may ultimately prove to be nothing more than an administrative change. Or it could offer an early glimpse into how Prince William intends to lead when his time comes. Because while public attention often focuses on royal titles, photographs, and carefully choreographed appearances, the real story is often found elsewhere, in budgets, appointments, and the choices that reveal what the future king values most. And as Prince William gradually leaves his own imprint on the monarchy, every one of those choices will be watched more closely than ever.